Welcome to Better Today, the podcast where we embrace the journey of self-improvement and well-being. Join us as we navigate the challenges and victories of everyday life, aiming for progress, not perfection. Whether you're on a quest for personal growth, seeking motivation to adopt healthier habits, or simply looking for a friendly conversation about navigating the ups and downs of life, Better Today is your go-to companion. Tune in to be a part of a supportive community that believes in the power of small steps and continuous improvement.
What's up, Kimmy?
We're back. We're officially recording.
Yeah, we're back, but we're just starting. This is new stuff.
Yeah, so we're here. If you've ever felt like you are juggling business, kids, marriage, keeping your house together, dreams, expectations, all of that stuff, and kind of wondering, like, shouldn't I be farther along by now? Like, what are we doing? Are we doing the right thing? Then you're probably in the right place with where we're going with this podcast.
Yeah.
So we've felt that so many times. We've talked about it all the time. And that's exactly why we're creating this. So welcome to episode 1 of the Better Today podcast.
Yeah, welcome. Hope you guys stick with us. And we're going to stick with you this time. We are not going to go up and down and record one now and then 3 or 4 months later record another episode.
That's part of what we are going to talk about today is where we've been, what we've been doing, all that kind of stuff. But I just want to jump straight into the heart of this because this is obviously not a random idea. Like you've said, we've tried this before. But our best stuff comes from when we're just talking together. Like we'll be in the car after a long day or sitting on the couch, going on walk, things like that. And we say stuff and we talk about stuff in business and life and marriage. And we're like, man, like nobody else in our space is really talking about this.
Yeah. And, I think one of the reasons why we've not necessarily failed, but learned from our podcast in the past is because we tried to do everything separate. So we tried to do a podcast for you that was just fitness stuff. And then our podcast together was us just talking about business stuff. And over the past few years with kids and everything like that, we figured out that, unless they're in the business world, nobody cares about just business stuff. So,
well, and I feel like everybody that we follow is like, they either don't have kids, their kids are older, or they built so much of their business before having kids that they're at a place now where they've already got the financial freedom. They've got the team set up. They aren't really working as hard to build the business as they are just keeping it running while they're actually taking care of their family.
Yeah.
And we're almost there, but we're still in that like trying to do everything portion.
Yeah, we're on the journey. Small business life. And, I think we need to have, we wanted to do the Better Today podcast because we want it to be well-rounded and not just focused on one aspect of our life, because we have a lot of stuff going on in our life. And, other people out there, they have a lot of stuff going on in their lives too. They have families, they have kids. People that are probably listening to this probably also run businesses. And, they're trying to stay healthy. That's a big part of this podcast too. So tell the people what Better Today means to you.
So for me, Better Today is not about being perfect. That is something I've struggled with through my life, is trying, like, if I can't get something set up or do something and it's the right way and it's perfect right from the start, then I just kind of am like, oh, I'm not going to do it. Like today on my ring muscle ups, like if I can't do it the first time with it, people watching, I don't really want to practice. I don't really want to try. So this is not like a dramatic transformation story type thing. It's kind of the idea that your life changes just from the tiny choices that you make day to day. You can wake up every single day. You can make a slightly better decision about one little thing, and that 1% is going to make you a better version of yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I completely agree with that. And, this is a little part of our journey of making ourselves better. We've I think the last time we recorded a podcast together was probably 2022, 2021. And we had so many things going on. We only had one kid.
Which seems so easy now.
Now we have 3. And we had multiple businesses going. And now we're pretty much focused on one company, our media company, and servicing those clients as good as possible with the time that we have. And then everything else is focused on staying healthy and our kids and having a good family.
And I think that's where the interesting part of why we can do this together and why this podcast can bring hopefully some insight to some other people. Like, you're learning while we're learning. Like, we're not trying to say we've got it all together and we've got it figured out. But like I said before, like, most of the people we watch and most of the people we listen to are already very successful.
Yeah.
Or they've got so much stuff in place behind the scenes that they don't show, like, that we're always like, who's watching their kids? Like, how can they do this? Like, the one individual we watch working out 4 or 5 hours a day has a multi-million-dollar business he's the CEO of. And it's like, when do you spend time with your family?
Yeah.
And we are more of the balance type. Like, we are trying to do that all. We are taking care of our children first and foremost. We are working on our marriage every day. And we're trying to become that business.
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. You know, and the goals always change, you know. In 2019, 2020, 2021, I wanted to build a business that's doing $10 million or $50 million. And now I just want to build a business that kind of does enough to pay all our bills, have a good vacation, and be able to go to the gym every day and, you know, eat dinner as a family every night.
Yeah, goals change
big time
as you get older.
You know, there's always 10, 15 years from now, maybe that's going to be the goal, is a $50 million company.
I just said last night that, can you imagine with how busy we are now with 3 young kids under the age of 5 and how much we are trying to do and how much we do with them, if we took this knowledge we have of time and how little of it we have back to when we didn't have kids, or we only had 1 kid, and like worked the same we work now, how much we could have gotten done.
Yeah, I'm no kidding. And we were doing a lot, but we were just doing a lot of like hard, scattered kind of shotgun. It wasn't very focused, I guess.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to stoke the fire that we had, we would try to build new fires all the time. You know, like, oh, this is kind of doing, it's on autopilot. And instead of trying to build that one thing up, we tried to start something new. And then we tried to start something new. And never really built the thing that was making the most money for us, I guess.
And so that's a lesson that we, and you maybe more so than me, have learned since we have recorded.
Yeah,
is
big time.
To go more all in on one thing.
Yeah.
Than try to spread yourself so thin.
Yeah. For sure. I mean, it's, I think I heard the analogy. It's like talking about stoking the fire. I heard the analogy, like, if you're cold outside sitting around the fire, you're not going to build another fire to help make yourself warmer. You're going to try to build that one fire bigger. Right? Mm-hmm. So, and that's kind of and there's a bunch of analogies about stuff like that, and focusing on that aspect of the business. What about you, Kim? Your lead. Yeah, I'm going to let Kim kind of lead this.
Which is scary because my brain doesn't work as good as it used to. So, 3 kids, I have essentially taken on the role of backing a little bit away from our business type stuff over the last couple of years and solely going in on raising these young children until, you know, they get to the school age and stuff like that. So I have taken a step back from the business while I'm still keeping my feet in it and doing as much as I can, because we need me to be doing stuff. Yeah. But also full-time raising children, which is a journey. Okay. That's why my brain doesn't work so good as I feel like it could.
Yeah. So what, I know you have some notes. What can listeners expect from this podcast? So
I think our plan is shorter podcast because, we are literally recording this during nap time right now, trying to get it in before somebody starts crying and needs us. But just like simple, practical, real life talk. Not the fancy like Instagram highlight reel, but like, hey, this happened today and you were putting out fires out on the road doing work and I was changing 100 diapers while clients needed all this
Yeah.
stuff, and how are we doing it and stuff like that.
Yeah. Kind of I think maybe like a weekly recap of like what happened, what successes did we have, what failures did we have? And because, that's the reality of the people listening to the podcast. Like they probably had similar things happen to them, or, and if we've solved some problem, it might help others solve their problem.
Yeah, just something that is easy to listen to, hopefully, entertaining to listen to. Probably going to talk a lot about business and money, marriage,
Health.
obviously raising kids, health, habits, and mindset. That's kind of where I fall with a lot of the stuff I always go back to, and just, real stories from our week, the wins, the struggles. We're just going to bring you through real life
Yeah.
of what we're doing, what we're working on, where we're headed.
Okay. It's but when this goes out, it's going to be the first week of December. What was your win from last week?
Oh, wait, before we do that,
Go for it.
I also want to do, when we get our feet under us a little, bring on getting out into the local community.
Yeah.
And bring on a lot of other local entrepreneurs who are raising families and building businesses right here in Richmond or Lexington area.
Yeah, for sure.
Kentucky.
For sure. And, one of the podcasts we produce, we have people that come on all over the United States, and we just bring them on through a Riverside app. It's kind of like Zoom, and it works out really well, because the audio is still great. Their video is not necessarily as good as what ours is because they're not recorded on the cameras, but it turns out great. I mean, we just had a guy that was in Canada, and then last week we had another couple people, Indiana or something like that. So that works really well too. So, people that listen, we can bring them on wherever. Kim, it doesn't have to be so local, but if they're like
We love
family
local, though.
oriented or fitness oriented or something like that. Okay, now this is going to be a little snippet of what that podcast is actually going to be like. Kim, what was your win from last week? And I know what my answer is for you.
You do?
What did you do the other day that you never thought you would do in your whole life?
Well, this is kind of like bro talk.
That's okay.
Is that okay?
Yeah.
It's not very business or
It's
mom or
family health, getting strong.
So the other day, first let's set the stage. Our 14-month-old has not slept through the night or even remotely close to sleep through the night for his entire
14
life.
months.
And the other night he slept through the night. And I woke up and I felt like a completely different human being.
Yeah.
When I tell you, I was ready to run to my doctor in the next couple months and be like, I need all this blood work done. I don't know what supplements I need to take. I probably need all these peptides. I probably need hormone replacement therapy. I don't know. I need something to fix me. It turns out I was tired. And I felt
Just needed to sleep.
amazing. So we went to the gym that day, and it was bench press day, which
Okay. Kim loves
this
bench press
is where
day.
I've become a little bit of a, I don't know, bodybuilding, powerlifting bro type person at the gym. I kind of like go away from the Pilates girl and into the
Kim's not no, you're always like that. You're not, don't even try to pretend. You like squatting heavy and benching heavy, and
bench is very bro.
that's all right.
But anyway, felt good, full night's sleep. Benched a lifetime PR of 185 pounds,
Heck
which I
yeah.
never dreamed that these little arms could do. So I was very happy with that.
Heck yeah.
What about your win?
We signed a contract with a new client that we're going to have for the month of December and all through next year. I never thought they would really be a client. They run a truck service business in Lexington, so they work on fleets of trucks, and they had some co-op money that they usually spend on shirts and hats. And by co-op money, I mean like they company that they buy a bunch of products from gives them, they'll split their marketing budget essentially. So if whatever, just like a flat fee, like if they give $10,000 a year for marketing, then they can spend 10 and the other company will match that 10 that they spend. And that's just an arbitrary number. That's not what they're paying or whatever. So they reached out and said, hey, we have this money. We're tired of buying shirts and hats. We feel like it's not really growing our business. What can you do for us? And I was like, all right, well, I'll just come up with a plan. So I went and picked up a check last week, and we start shooting content for them next week and then all through next year.
All right.
So that's my big win for us. And then we have Christmas coming up and trying to buy all this Black Friday stuff for these children.
It's that time of year.
Yeah.
Santa's coming.
Santa's coming. What about, other health stuff? Give the people some health.
I'm wrapping up. I have a group that I've started, an online group. Right now it's free. It's just something I'm kind of doing for my own fun to keep my head in that space and help other women. So we're wrapping up our November kind of reset. I felt like I really needed a reset going into the holidays. I felt like, being so tired from the year, just never really got my feet under me with eating the way I should be eating and sticking with my workouts, drinking my water and stuff. So it's kind of a reset plan that we did for November, and I'm going to push that in. We're going to do a momentum challenge through December with some different type of habits and some ways to start January better than you normally do.
That's right. Better today. Also, I don't know if you're listening to this on audio only, watching it on YouTube, or you just see a snippet on social media. But our channel is going to have its own social media presence, and we'll have a weekly or bi-weekly newsletter to go along with it. Kim's newsletter that she has is very female focused and only on health, and there's no business part of it. So for this podcast email, we will include some business stuff in there as well. So yeah, business, health, life, all the things in the newsletter. So sign up for that and give some freebies for all the peeps.
Okay, before I close it out, what is one thing that they could take away today to make themselves better today?
Don't try to do so many things, and try to focus on one goal and make that one thing better, because don't be out there just building a bunch of fires. Stoke the fire that you got going.
All right. So if you're listening to this and you're on the same journey, you're trying to build something meaningful, you're trying to raise a family while growing yourself and your business and your life, then we're glad that you're here with us, because we're on the same page. We're not perfect. We don't have it all together yet. We're trying to get there. We're not pretending to be like that. But we are very committed, both of us, to living very intentionally. We like to look at things with a wide angle view and see how we can
that 30,000 foot view, I think,
better ourselves and those around us, and just become better today, a little bit better than we were yesterday.
That's right. All right. And we'll see you in the next episode.
Thank you for listening to today's episode. If you found value in this episode, make sure to share it with a friend and follow us on social media. And remember, no matter where you are in your journey, you can always be better today.